For years, I struggled with my weight and felt as though I would never be able to make a change. I decided to take control of my health and embarked on this journey. I was passionate about going the extra mile to be healthy because you are the only one who can choose to make any positive change if you want. Consistency was my watchword, but discipline was the ultimate, because there were days I woke up the least motivated person in the universe. I pushed. I was resilient. I was determined. And you know what? It worked. You deserve to feel healthy, happy, and confident in your own skin.
Okay. Hello. My name is Gift Okpa Francis. You can call me the Gifted Goddess, your radio spice, because I am an on-air personality, a makeup artist, a producer, and I do a couple of productions. Yeah, that is just basically what I'm about. I love the media space. I love the art space, and media and art for me is like my go-to every single time. Aside from that, I'm a script writer. I write scripts for radio shows, and I basically do media. So the Gifted Goddess equates media. That's about it. What inspired me to be an OAP? I'll just give a short story. I'm Catholic, and I used to love people that go on the altar to read. They're called lay readers, or called the board of lectors. And so I told my dad one day that I wanted to go on the altar to read, just like other kids. I think I was 10 when I told him that. And he was like, oh, go join them. But then they played politics and they chose somebody else. Baby girl was still like dedicated to doing the do. But then I lost my dad about 3 years after. But it didn't make me stop doing what I wanted to really do. And so I started attending meetings, and it took about a year before I took my very first reading. Then I was in the commercial department of my secondary school. I think I was in SS1 then, and it was just a jolly good ride. But then I knew that I just had not fulfilled purpose, and I told myself, you know what, I want to be that person that can sit in the corner of a studio and influence people, inspire them to be better. And I think I'm doing this majorly because of my dad. Yeah, that he's the one that actually inspired me to do. Because, so one thing I know for a fact is that my father loves to not listen to the news. That's the word. He likes to listen to news. And there was one newscaster he always had a flair for. It was Betty Dibia of Channels Television. And I mean, I just said, you know what? I think this is what I want to do. And even though it took me a while to gather and do that, because I wrote JAM about 3 times and then put in accountancy, banking and finance, accountancy, but because I was stronger, I was like, I needed to do this. But then someone said, you know that's not what you were meant to do. And that was it. And I started doing media. And so that's the little story behind that. Yeah. The time when I faced the challenging situation at work and how I handled it, I think it was my first week, yes, being an on-air personality. It was so tough. I've been doing it for about 3-4 months now-ish, funny. But then it was, what do I say? How do I say what I want to say? How do I sit and inspire people? Would people even resonate with my story? Would people think I'm talking crap? There were too many things. So it was not even what was happening in the studio, because that was even a different ballgame entirely. It was not even what was obtainable, like using the consoles and using the equipment. So it was what to say. So I, many a time, would just sit and say, what do I need to say? What can I say? It was just what to say, because at the end of the day, you have to communicate to somebody out there. And then I always just resonated with a particular part of the Bible where Moses was in the burning bush and he told God, like, I don't have speech to say. And God told him, go forth and put speech in your mouth. And it just, at that point, I'm like, you know what? There's always going to be something to say. And 4 months down the line, there has been something to say every single day. Trust me. So I've been actively trying to lose weight. Sometimes I just told myself, you know what? I think this is the body that you are going to be in forever. And this is it. Don't try to do the most until someone spoke to me, someone who I respect a lot. He is about almost 70, 69-ish. And then he saw me in an outfit and didn't exactly like it. This is someone that was not uncomfortable with my weight. Every time my mom asked the question or spoke to him about talking to me about my weight, I was like, no, my baby is fine. She's okay. She's good. She's great. Like, let her be. And I mean, me myself, my head would this way. Say, it's if I fine now. Waiting, leave my weight alone. And I'll just give my mom bombastic side there, like, mommy, he just threw you under the bus. But then he now saw me in an outfit that he didn't like. He didn't like how I looked. He was like, no, I don't like that you look this way. And he did it in such a mature way that made me think to myself, you know what, I think this is what I want. I think I need to just be serious with this and go on with it. He called me aside and said, he called me on the phone, asked if there was anyone with me. And I was like, there are a couple of people like, no, I wanted to move away from where people are. I wanted to speak to you about something really sensitive. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? I think it was so I'm so sorry. This is like an old man, someone that could literally birth me, apologizing first, saying, I'm so sorry about what I'm about to say. I think that, I don't know how to say it, but I think that your weight needs to like work on it just a bit. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to do it this time around. And it was such a crazy journey because between my house and my gym is about a 45 minutes ride. 45 minutes ride. But I took that ride every single day, 5 days a week, and worked out for 4 hours every day. It was crazy. I spent a lot of money, but then it was just the goal, what I wanted to achieve at the end of the day. Yeah. So I mean, I think I would say partly he and my mom motivated me to doing it, but what made me stay there was discipline. Yeah, it was discipline because there was days that I would wake up and I was the least motivated person in the world. Because what? After the pain, my trainer was literally saying, oh, give me 1,000 skips. I'm like, is that how much I should go? 1,000. It first started with 500, like 500 skips, like, and he's like, yeah, 500. The next day you want to go to that place, my friend says, oh, you're paying for pain. But I was paying for something worth. Well, yeah, like you could say it. One thing that I started with that I would definitely encourage everyone to actually go through that path is dieting and exercising at the same time. Because when I meet people and I have conversations with them, they never can tell that I've lost weight. Yeah. So when they see me, they're like, oh, hi. And I tell them, oh, this was what I looked like 5 months ago, 8 months ago. They're like, nah, I would never think my wildest dream. And this was because I was dieting. So I had to stop taking fries. Yeah. So I cut out all my carbs, which is quite military, if you ask me. I went the military way. I wouldn't advise anyone to do it if you don't have the resilience to. Because a lot of people would say, no, don't cut out your carbs. But I wanted to. And I did it. I was like, no rice, no yam, no bread, no swallow, no pasta, no noodles. And I cut everything out. And I was like, you know what? I would look for something to replace them with, which I found. And then one thing is portion control. All Nigerians are gluttons. We like to eat it the way that like want to eat the food there and then and finish it. You can eat food in bits. You can take small portions. Drink water 20 minutes before your meal because it will help you stay less hungry. And then just eat like really small quantity of food. And see, I would eat food that a 1-year-old would eat and say, Mommy, I want more food. It's 1 year old. Mommy, I want more food. Like that was the portion of food I was eating. I had a really small plate that I showed real worry picking, and she's like, "What's this?" It's the way this food gets my armpits. I'm definitely going to send you that video. But she says, "This food now my armpits will go there now. Like it's not even going to get where. Yeah, it will get far." So I mean, I had portioning and the kind of food that I was putting in my system. I know that noodles is noodles is bad. Let's not even lie. It's bad. See the amount of carb and bread. Oh God of mercy. You can eat these things, but in little quantity, and that would help you over time to actually lose weight. The changes were so I would lose 2 kg every week, which is quite a lot. Like if you think about it, because when I was asking Google for a picture of 2 kg fat, and I said, I'm like, that's a lot. Yeah, so I would lose 2 kg per week because I was working on my diet, very strict diet, that I did not need to get a dietitian or someone to actually say, oh, you should eat this, don't eat that. If you have the money, by all means, go on and do it. But then I just told myself, you know what, I was cutting out all the carbs because I knew that was what was the issue. And I was replacing them with meals with lesser carbs and small quantity, very small quantity. So I mean, it was something that it was a conscious effort to say, you know what, I know that it's going to be wild. I'm going to be seen as crazy, but I know where I'm going to. And then losing 2 kg every week, because I lost 8 kg every month. Yeah, so 2 kg every week. I was seeing that I was 110, and then I went to 108, and then 106, and 104, and then 102. I feel good. I've not started. One thing that I always like to say is talking about my outfits. I'm going to share some videos with you guys. It's wild. Clothes I used to wear. Yes, and they're putting them on now. I'm like, okay, baby girl, what is this? Or outfits I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would ever wear. Some outfits I just had, and I said, okay, no, I'm just going to wear them. I would wear this dress, but some of them I ended up giving out to people. But there was one dress that I wore, and the dress was bigger than me. And I'm like, okay, this was a dress that I thought that if I could only wear this outfit, like I'm done. My life is complete. My mission is done. I can go back to my creator. But then, of course, I'm not going back anytime soon. Well, discipline. If you can't find it, it's hard. Always hard.
So tell me, how do you find discipline?
How do you find discipline? I think when you've wanted to do something for a long time and you cannot seem to find headway, what you should just key into is to say, okay, you know what, I want to do this. It's hard. Like, I think it's making up your mind to wanting something. If you don't want it enough, then you can't have it. If you don't want it enough, you cannot have it. If you want it, you're going to find where discipline is. Purchase it, take it to your house, keep it on your bed, lay with it, wake up with it, eat with it, walk with it, do everything with it. Once you can't do that, once you want something bad, you are going to find it. It'll be a walk in the park, but then at the end of the day, you just have to realize that it's you, it's what you want.